Hey guys, Eric with Blue Line Fishing. Welcome back to the channel. Your time's important to me, and what we're going to do in today's time is we're going to talk sun masks or gaiters, buffs, whatever it is you like to call them, just like I'm wearing here around my neck. And the reason I'm passionate about this is because I was diagnosed with malignant melanoma back in 2016, had a couple surgeries, got that all taken care of, but I want to try and show you guys some of the best sun protection clothing items that are out there. Stick around, I think you'll enjoy it. Okay guys, let's get into checking out these neck gaiters, buffs, sun masks, whatever it is you'd like to call them. They're all the same thing, but they are the best thing since sliced bread for keeping sun off your face, off your neck, without having to use sunscreen and reapply that sunscreen that I've ever found. And you know, when you get used to wearing them, they're not that hot. They're really not that intrusive. And I'm going to show you some styles and brands, if you will, that will not fog up your sunglasses, or if you wear glasses all the time. I think you're really going to find beneficial when you're out there fishing or doing whatever it is you do in the outdoors, and you want to wear something that's going to give you some sun protection, like I say, on your face and neck. So guys, before we start getting into the different types of buffs or neck gaiters, sun masks, whatever you want to call them, I'm going to give you the three things that I look for. And this is no different than if I'm buying a buff or if I'm buying a sun protection shirt or performance shirt or pants or anything like that. I'm looking for three things. The number one thing I'm looking for is the UPF factor, the ultraviolet protection factor. I want it to be 50. 50 is the maximum they make. I just don't see a point in buying anything that's less than 50. So I want that UPF factor at 50, first off. Second, I want comfort. And third, I want breathability, so I don't burn up, get hot in it all day, because here in the Midwest, it gets really humid in the summertime. I don't want to, feel like I'm suffocating in it. Or we go down south of the Gulf Coast and fish. I don't want to be fishing down there on the beach or offshore, and once again feel like I'm, suffocating in it and it's fogging up my glasses or my sunglasses, whatever it is that I may have on. So now we're going to get into the different styles, and I'm going to start with this style first, which is salt armor. And it's not just a knock on salt armor. The reason I have this one is because, number one, it's a sock style buff. So you can see it's just a straight rectangular cut. There's no venting in it. There's the material in this one. This is one I've got probably 5 years ago. It's more of a cotton, and it's not mixed with the polyester and the spandex as much as some of the newer models are now. But the one thing about it, number one, it fits really tight. So it doesn't have that comfort factor. That's one of the three things I'm looking for it doesn't have. And number two, it doesn't have that breathability. It does have the UPF 50, but it doesn't have that two out of the three things that I'm looking for. So therefore, the salt armor, there's some other ones here, like the hook. This one here is once again, this older style of hook gaiter is a sock style. It has the breathability up front. You can see the venting in it. Give you a look at that. And it has the comfort level, and it has the UPF 50. It has all three things I'm looking for. The other thing, though, it doesn't have, since this is a sock style, that rectangular shape, it doesn't cover my collar line here. And that's very, very important to me, because that's where my skin cancer happened on me, was right above my collar line. And a lot of times you don't want to put sunscreen there because you don't want to stain, the shirt you have on. Or if you do, you're not going to probably keep reapplying it, and it gets rubbed by your collar during the day and you sweat. So that's an area that it rubs that sunscreen off. You have a buff on, you just don't have to worry about any of that. Now I'm going to get into a few other styles that I really like. All right, guys, next would be this Columbia. And I think this is the Freezer 2 model. And as you can see, it's cut differently. It's cut differently at the bottom here where it extends and covers the front up here. And it's cut differently in the back where it extends and covers the back of your collar too. This does a really good job, especially on some shirts. And I've got another video if you want to check it out, where I break down some shirts and some masks too, for the sun protection factor that they have, and those three factors that we look for in these masks as well: the comfort, the breathability, and the UPF factor. But anyway, this Columbia model I really, really like. It has a UPF factor of 50. It is super soft, super comfortable, covers all the way down into this shirt you're wearing, pretty much any style of shirt. Plus, if you can see right up here, it is vented. It's got the venting holes right there. So your sunglasses, or if you wear glasses, are not going to fog up hardly at all. Every once in a while you get a little fogging with them, you just readjust that the venting around your nose and your mouth, and you'll be fine. And it comes in a number of different styles, colors. I've got it in like 4 or 5 different styles and colors, but I really like this Columbia Freezer 2 neck gaiter. Guys, this one here is one of the newer hook buffs that are out there. You can see it has the venting all the way down the front of it right here. It has a little bit higher cut in back to cover the crown of the head, and a little bit higher up here to cover the bridge of the nose, and then a longer cut in the front and the back. The only problem I found with this hook one is I got a big melon, and it's pretty tight on my head. It's not near as tight as the Buff model, which I'll show you here in a minute, the Buff brand, and the one I showed you earlier, the Columbia. So that's the only knock on this newer model of hook, is it's just, if you got a big head like me, probably not going to fit. So now we're going to get into my favorite sun mask or buff that I've ever worn. This is the original Buff brand, and that's Buff BUFF. This is the UVX, and what makes this unique is, as you can see, the top, it is cut higher to cover the crown of the head or go over the back of like a ball cap like I have on. The front is vented. You can see the vent holes here. So you're going to have that breathability. And then it has an extended flared collar line, 360 degrees around it. I never have to worry about any of my neck or collar line being exposed. And this thing is really all that in a bag of chips. It is very, very comfortable. It has UPF 50 sun protection, and it has that breathability. Plus, on the fourth thing, it really covers all that collar line right there. And I'll show you a little difference here. This is a new UVX, and you can find these on Amazon. They run around $30 or so. They're a little more, but they are definitely worth it. But this one's made of a real stretchy, more of a polyester spandex blend than they were in the past, because I just got this one about maybe 3 weeks ago. I've had this one for over 5 years, and you can see it's stretchy. It's got that blend too, but it's much more of a cotton weave in it. Okay, it has the open collar and stuff, but you can see it's been used well, and you know, 5 years of use, it has ripped up and stuff. But this is like the first generation. I don't know what they're on now, but this is a lot different material, and this is really, really comfortable, but this is even more comfortable. So I really, really like the Buff, the UVX one. I think is the ultimate sun mask that I found. It's perfect. A close runner-up would be the Columbia Freezer 2, but once again, this one right here I absolutely love. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful or beneficial to you, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, remember to hit that bell notification button down below and leave me a like. It really helps me out. I appreciate it. I really, really do appreciate you guys joining me today. And remember, until that next video, get out there and fish.